In the next 10 minutes, I will show you what happens when Earth's magnetic field, the invisible shield protecting every living thing, suddenly disappears. The consequences are far more terrifying than you think, and some of them begin instantly. Before we imagine losing it, we need to understand what it actually does. Earth's magnetic field is generated deep inside the planet in the molten outer core. Think of it like a massive cosmic engine, liquid iron spinning at thousands of kilometers per hour, creating a giant electromagnetic shield. This field stretches tens of thousands of kilometers into space. It blocks deadly radiation from the sun and keeps our atmosphere from being stripped away into the void. But what if, in a single moment, that shield collapsed? If Earth's magnetic field vanished right now, the first thing we would notice is chaos in the sky. Satellites would begin failing within minutes.
Completely useless. The
GPS
system crashed again.
navigation, airline routes, military communication, banking systems, all would start to glitch. The international space situation would instantly become unsafe. Without magnetic protection, astronauts would be exposed to radiation levels 20 to 50 times higher than normal. And on Earth, your phone's compass, maps, radio signals all start behaving strangely. In just a few minutes, we would feel the planet becoming vulnerable. Birds that navigate using magnetic fields would lose their way mid-flight.
The wires are burning!
Whales
Get
and
back!
sea
Get the extinguisher
turtles
now!
that migrate thousands of miles would become disoriented. Even bacteria in the soil that align with magnetic fields would be affected. The entire natural world depends on this invisible force. But this is only the beginning. The real danger has not started yet. Because what comes next affects every living cell on the planet. Without the magnetic field, Earth becomes naked in front of the sun's solar wind, a stream of charged particles moving at millions of kilometers per hour. Normally, our magnetic field deflects most of it. Without it, this radiation hits the atmosphere directly. The sky begins to glow with intense auroras, not just near the poles, but across the entire planet. Beautiful but deadly. Radiation levels would rise dramatically, especially at high altitudes. Pilots, mountaineers, and people living in high altitude countries would face cancer level radiation within days. Commercial flights above 30,000 feet would become death traps. A single transatlantic flight could expose passengers to the radiation equivalent of 100 chest X-rays. Within weeks, airlines would be forced to ground all flights. Hospitals would see a surge in radiation sickness cases. Skin cancer rates would skyrocket, especially near the equator where solar radiation is strongest. But here is what makes this truly catastrophic. The magnetic field disappearing is not just a radiation story, it is a survival story because the next stage threatens every ecosystem on Earth. The magnetic field doesn't only protect us from radiation, it protects us. NASA estimates Earth could lose 1% of its atmosphere every 10,000 years without magnetic protection. Over centuries, Earth would lose oxygen, water vapor, and essential gases.
Level 4 radiation exposure
the
in
air
the
would
ER.
become thinner, making breathing difficult at high elevations. Eventually, only the densest layers near the surface would remain. But there is an even bigger hidden threat that would hit us first. The magnetic field also protects our power grids. Without it, electrical systems become fragile. A strong solar storm, something like the 1859 Carrington event, would fry transformers, burn power lines, and collapse global electricity. In 1859, telegraph systems worldwide caught fire from the electromagnetic surge. Today, a similar event without magnetic protection would be 1,000 times worse. Aeroplanes would be forced to fly low to avoid radiation. Satellites would degrade quickly, losing functionality within months. Radiation in the upper atmosphere would rise to dangerous levels. With no magnetic field, flying would become extremely unsafe. Space exploration would be nearly impossible without massive shielding. So, could humans survive such a world? In the short term, humans could survive with heavy shielding, underground shelters, and redesigned power systems. Major cities would need to build radiation proof domes. Agriculture would move entirely underground or into heavily shielded greenhouses. But long term, the slow loss of atmosphere, the constant radiation, and the destruction of satellites would change life forever. Oceans might shrink as water vapor escapes into space. Weather patterns would shift dramatically as atmospheric pressure drops. Food production would become unstable without reliable satellite
Critical alert.
monitoring, and
Extreme solar
Earth would
particle
begin to
event in
resemble a
progress.
harsher version of Mars. Humanity would face a choice: adapt or leave the planet entirely. Luckily, Earth's magnetic field is not disappearing, but it is weakening, something scientists have monitored for decades. The South Atlantic Anomaly, a strange weak zone, is already causing satellite issues. The question isn't what if Earth loses its magnetic field, it's how close are we already? Tell me in the comments, should I make a full video on how fast the magnetic field is weakening and what the latest NASA data reveals?